6:50, we have your Sunrise Smart Start in our top stories before you head out the door. And breaking updates this morning, a man is facing charges after an overnight carjacking, a chase, and a crash here in the city. RPD says just before 1 a.m., a 30-year-old woman's car was stolen from Ames Street after she had stopped for mechanical issues. She was attacked by another woman and a 20-year-old man who took off in her car. Police tried to stop the suspect, leading to that pursuit. The driver crashed into a parked car at Warner and Wolf Streets, where the man tried to run before being caught. He is charged with robbery and grand larceny. The investigation is still ongoing as RPD is looking for more suspects involved in that initial carjacking. Happening today, a court hearing for the former Rochester Crossing guard accused of raping an 18-year-old woman this year. In May, police say 58-year-old Wayne Plummer approached the victim as she was waiting for her driving teacher on Lyle Avenue. She got into the car thinking he was the instructor. Then RPD says Plummer sexually assaulted her at his apartment on Hudson Avenue. He's charged with multiple counts of rape and sex abuse. Plummer's due for an arraignment that is scheduled at 9:30. A woman from the city has been arrested after a child stabbed another woman during a fight involving both adults. Just before 5 p.m. Monday on Garson Avenue, officers found the 35-year-old victim wounded at the scene. She was taken to the hospital, listed as stable. Police learned that woman was in a mutual fight with a 37-year-old when a juvenile with that other woman stabbed her. The child could not be charged due to their age, but the 37-year-old woman is charged with endangering the welfare of a child. The victim stabbed is not going to face charges. Following up on this armed man shot and killed by a security guard outside of a bar over the weekend on Clifford Avenue. Just before 2 a.m. Sunday, a group was removed from Condado Bar and Grill for causing problems. Police say a 31-year-old man tried to re-enter waving around a handgun. RPD says security told the suspect to drop the weapon and tried to stop him, but he pointed the gun at one of the guards. Security then shot the suspect when he tried to go through the door.
We have not been able to talk to any of them yet. There's nothing that happens that should bring somebody to the point where they're going to go get a loaded gun and go back into a crowded bar. At this point in the investigation, it looks like the security guard was justified in his actions. In fact, he probably saved lives inside the bar. Clearly, this guy was going back into the bar with the intent of hurting somebody.
Investigators add the security guard was legally carrying his handgun. The man shot and killed did not appear to legally possess his weapon. There was also this statement posted on social media from the owners of the bar. They say they're cooperating fully with the investigation, adding Sunday morning, our community experienced a heartbreaking tragedy. A life was lost, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family and loved ones of the deceased, as well as everyone affected by this incident, including employees, our guests, and first responders who were at the scene. They go on to say this tragedy also reflects a much larger issue affecting communities all over the country. Violence has become an unfortunate reality in places where people gather to enjoy their time with family and their friends. End of that statement. New this morning, we are highlighting a free resource here in Rochester out of the Central Library. This can help people deal with trademarks and patents. Now, previously we brought you the story of Mercury Coffee that had to come up with a new name because the owners got a letter to cease and desist from a business on the West Coast regarding concerns with a trademark. Ron Spitzer is live this morning outside that branch with more on how this resource can help you. Ron.
There are only 5 of these kinds of resource centers like the one here at the library across the state. Now, this is a nationwide effort, but even still, there are only 85 across the country. Jen Burns, the head of the Carlson Center for Intellectual Property, says that for patents and trademarks, business owners starting typically hire intellectual property attorneys. But through the center, you can save yourself the cost, and they use proprietary databases that those attorneys use as well. Burns says there are companies with lawyers that are tasked with nothing but looking for trademarks for infringement. With what happened to our local coffee shop getting that cease and desist letter from a West Coast company, Burns says if the owners had come to them, things could have gone differently.
If they had reached out to us, we could have told them that that is actually a pending trademark application. Everything here is first to file. So if they got their paperwork in, and there's no other reason why that wouldn't be granted, then yeah, they'd definitely be infringing on that trademark.
You can reach out to the center by phone or make an appointment online. You then kind of send over a file and they look through what you're trying to do, color, font, things like that to make sure your trademark is okay. Now, fun fact, Brennan, you never want a stemmed fruit in your logo because a certain company will come after you. Brennan?
We can only guess, and we already know. Iran, thank you. Your sunrise traffic here 6 minutes ago until 7. That's the view looking south from our Greater Rock Sky Eye. The only thing that we see on our traffic map, just some of the ongoing road work like they've got on the east side near 590 at Browncroft, and as well with the exits closed there, Monroe and 590, that bridge replacement work getting very busy over there if you've passed through there recently. Coming up today is a big day for fans of Fringe, the official announcement for this year's lineup for the late summer festival. Fringe in Rock is big. They estimate more than 100,000 people come every year, making it one of the largest festivals of its kind anywhere in the U.S. We already know the headliner this year is comedian Pete Davidson. The full lineup, that announcement at 11 at the Dryden Theater. We'll have the details for you midday at noon. Fringe returns September 15th. We are just going through the calendar, one after another, flying by.
Well, Fringe is interesting because you talk about it on the fringes of the calendar, it feels like. As we're always talking about.
That's true. But people who go, they love it there. All right, we got one more hot day, and it's today.
That's right. And today it breaks the criteria for the heat advisory, so we've got that. Now, tomorrow, it's nothing to sneeze at. We'll still be well into the 80s, still have some humidity with the hazy skies as well, so it could feel like 90, but the actual temperature does go down just a bit. Next chance for rain, not till Saturday. A lot of people, you know, I'm seeing both sides of the argument here. Some wishing we could have some more rain, others saying this is a great week to look forward to. So pick and choose.
We got a buddy who scheduled a wedding for Friday. How about that? 9 o'clock, we'll see you for our podcast, Second Cup of Sunrise, CBS Mornings on the way at 7.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.